All right, Shalom. Start first by giving all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Arakak double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. Shalom unto you. Quick commentary on the way to camp or whatever. Just wanted to kind of give some words and character building, okay? And generally, what it boils down to is we have to be able to know, to search ourselves and examine ourselves, whether it be in the faith, right? Whether we be in the faith. But we examine ourselves to see if those characteristics of Yahushai HaMashiach is within us. Okay? That's the thing. Because if you look at the men of the Lord, the righteous men throughout the Bible, they all had characteristics of Yahushai. Okay, some were priests, some were evangelists, some were had faith. Okay, some were obedient, some were prophets. I mean, on and on. Some all feared Yahweh. You know, on and on and on. Well, the thing about it is, we have to remember, we may not have all the characteristics of being perfect like Yahushua was, but we have to know what he's about and the characteristics that he possessed, so that we can add those characteristics onto ourselves. Okay? Was he not a good brother? He preferred his brother over his brothers in faith, should I say, brothers of the ministry, his fellow laborers. He preferred them over his natural brother and his mother. Okay? So you gotta love the brotherhood, and though, like it says, I believe it's in the book of Luke, I think it's like around 27, when it said, blessed, the woman yelled out, a certain woman said, blessed is he who birthed this man, the womb that blessed this, that birthed this man, and the breast that gave suck, or the paps that gave suck. He said, yea, but blessed is he who heareth the word of Yahweh and keepeth it. Okay, so those are the characteristics that we should be looking toward. That humility that he took, even though he was the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, you know, performed miracles and all that. He used those miracles and that spiritual power to help. But who was he helping? He's helping Israel, helping the elect. Okay? So that's how we have to look at this thing. That's how we have to look into ourselves. We have to be able to find perspectives of Yahushua within us. And then you can also take the examples of other righteous men in the Bible to take example from. Because those righteous characteristics, you know, King David did wonderful things, Isaac did wonderful things, you know, Abraham was an exalted father, you know, on Jacob, I mean, on and on and on. Okay? It's when we don't know how to fill in those other gaps, when we allow, or we don't have examples of those other characteristics, is when we pick up the characteristics of wickedness or of the world. All right? So the more we give attendance to reading, the more opportunity. Like I was in Vegas, we do camp readings and whatnot, and so we were reading 1 Kings, and as I was reading it, I was entertained by the way Elijah had mocked the other prophets. He's like, no, y'all go ahead and do y'all's first, so we can see what's up. Okay, we're gonna let y'all go first. And then he was like, so they called half the day onto their god Baal. He was like, well, he must be asleep. Oh, he's busy right now. Oh, he just, he just making an excuse, mocking them, clowning, just like Jake would do. That's naturally in our spirit. That's not necessarily a wicked thing. But in all seriousness, he did it in righteousness. As we go mock and laugh at people when these days, when we told them and they didn't listen, when these days come to pass, that's what he was doing then. All right, so that's not a bad characteristic. The bad characteristics come in like when you say, oh, I can repent, so let me just go ahead and do this wickedness, or let me act like I don't remember what, or I don't know what to do when it comes to this woman, because her man is know, like her man and her just having problems, versus she's not with that man no more. Okay? There's a difference when you start to use wisdom and you start to understand the bigger picture on how to deal with things. Okay? And that's just an example, but it can be using wisdom in how you eat, using wisdom in how you deal with a brother. You know, another example of that is to say, okay, well, you know, I want to tell everybody about this situation versus, and you know, everybody needs to know that this is what's happening, this and that. But sometimes you got to fall back and let things unfold in the spirit. Okay? Sometimes you got to practice patience and sit back knowing something and waiting on the time to reveal it. But then there's sometimes you got to know, and this is what makes it hard, the discernment, right? Sometimes you got to know, let me speak up on this. But let me watch the energy I push off when I speak this out also. Because I don't want a younger brother to take that the wrong way. I don't want the other brothers in the faith to look at me in a certain way, like I'm trying to be wicked, or I'm trying to pass, you know, trying to push, you know, trying to just be harsh on brothers, man. It ain't about that. It's more so about letting the spirit deal, and when the time of things come out, the spirit will let you know, hey, this is the time. And sometimes the spirit will like, tell, and you gotta still hold on to stuff. Until the spirit's like, no, it needs to come out, bring it out. And then that's when it's like, okay, this is the form, this is the moment when it needs to come out. All right, but long story short, it's really just about those characteristics and the wisdom that Yahweh Shai showed, and the other great men that are written in the book of the Bible, that they use to, we got to use those as righteous examples of how we live. Because we're going to need those situations. We're going to need that wisdom on how to act in those situations. A lot of what was going to happen in these times, and that was happening in the times of the apostles, happened in previous times to other men. Okay? That's just the way it unfolds. That's the way it goes down. But we have to be wise enough to know, okay, apply this tidbit of wisdom to this situation. This is a similar situation. I can apply this. Okay, well, this time it sounds similar, but this isn't it. I'm going to apply this one, or I'm going to just fall back and wait, or I'm going to do it this way. Okay? So that's just basically what I want to kind of do, picking up these characteristics of faith, exuberant faith, exuberant waiting on the Spirit. You know, when I say waiting on the Spirit, I mean, no, but I got the Spirit, let me. Just because you got energy and you're passionate doesn't mean that the Spirit wants that to happen that way. You got to learn how to be all things to all men, abased and abound, humble and bold when the time is right in those moments. Okay? Sometimes when you're being humble, it's hard to speak things in a moment of being bold. When you want to play the humble, not play the humble role, but when you're being humble. But there's also time when you got to speak up for truth, and you got to declare boldly. Okay, and knowing that is when that is. Okay, that's why the scriptures are specific, especially about when you're teaching. I notice it's a beautiful thing because the brothers are considerate of each other. But it's a beautiful thing how brothers will be will fall back for the next brother to speak or whatever. But it tells us to covet to prophesy. Okay? And there will be a rhythm that you'll find in the body when that time is. You know? Passover is coming up. Alright? It's nearly the time of the Passover. This is already, you know, the new year according to our lunar calendar. Alright? It's already that time. So now we have to figure out how we're going to approach this new year. How this new season that's coming, that we just come into, how to deal from that perspective. Okay? And what I mean by that, this is 2019. The day of the Lord it can be any day now. I mean, the prophecies are happening like this. They're passing legislation like this. They're implementing things like this. So we're going to need the wisdom and these characteristics so these people can look at us and say, you know what? Their views are extreme, but I see no fault in those men. Okay? Because we didn't speak in haste. We didn't speak out of being rash. We wasn't rash with our tongue, okay? We wasn't speaking things out of emotion. We spoke it out of knowledge or wisdom with understanding of the overall situation. Okay? And that's what's important in these last days, because when we're brought before council, we're not going to take into account what we're going to say, the words to be given to us that very hour. But at the same time, we have to have enough of it written in us to where we can, when we do speak, we can have the example. Like when Stephen went so hard in, it was like, okay, this man ain't nothing wrong with this man, but we gonna still have to kill this dude, man. We still gotta kill this guy. He's doing too much out here, man. This man he just convicted everybody. He told us the truth. He put it all down, and we don't like it because we're condemned. Okay? And don't think that time is not coming back around. That which has been shall be again. All right? That which shall be has already been. Okay? So that's the situation, man. So the more we have these, understand these situations that arise and the truth that are going to arise in these last days, the more we can understand on how to deal and how to allow the Spirit to deal. Okay, so I'm pretty much in it there. But we must, with the final thought of, we must, let me go this way. Thank you. That we must be building these characteristics within ourselves and for leadership, putting brothers in situations to exercise these characteristics. Okay? To exercise these moments, to exercise faith, to exercise wisdom, to exercise judgment, to exercise mercy. Okay? Nobody's innocent in this thing. Okay? But we're working to be found, to be exonerated, okay? To be given mercy and to be looked at as innocent. All right? So anyway, with that, I'm going to close out giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Arokak Wadash, that belong to the apostles and elders, that great millstone who rule well. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. Shalom unto you.